This is Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11.
We, of course, have been on the air since before 7 o'clock this evening telling you about tornadoes. A lot of tornadic activity. We know at least 2 tornadoes have touched down in Bullitt County, Kentucky. And
let's bring you up to date just a little bit with that. We know the tornado damage is at least centralized in a subdivision, or a couple of subdivisions that are located just east of I-65 and just west of Preston Highway, around North Bullitt High School, and also some of the worst of it was down in Mount Washington. We're going to go first tonight to George Sells, who has been aloft in Sky 11 since this storm swept through the area just around 7 o'clock tonight. And George, you're still a much activity out there, I guess, and what's going on at this hour?
Well, Gary, it's very busy, a whole lot of activity. If you take a look down right now, the most obvious concern from the air is traffic. Brooks Road has been shut down. Here you see what this looked like before darkness fell. Home after home just completely destroyed. From looking at our aircraft charts up here, it appears to be about a 7-mile stretch, beginning right around I-65 and heading all the way down to Mount Washington. At some points, it's a good quarter-mile wide, and there is an incredible amount of destruction. I think it's safe to say hundreds of homes completely destroyed by this twister or set of twisters that moved through the area around 7 o'clock this evening. Where there weren't homes destroyed, there were trees down, that sort of thing. And it's an absolute mess. It was absolutely shocking.
Thank you very much, George Sells, who has been aloft in Sky 11 from the very beginning of our coverage now 4 hours ago.
We witnessed what we believe is the worst tornado damage in this area in Kentuckiana since the '74 tornado. And back on the ground tonight, officials are picking through the damage, trying to gather all the information they can.
Jim Turner is at Tanyard Springs subdivision, one of the hardest hit areas. That is just off Preston Highway in Bullitt County.
We're just outside the entrance to the Tanyard Springs subdivision. Earlier in the evening, we did have a photographer in the neighborhood, and he talked to a woman named Kathy Carmichael about the damage to her home and to the neighborhood.
Well, you could see the clouds forming around into like a cylinder, and I mean, you could see them start spinning. And my neighbor called me. She said, "Look at your front door," and that's what I saw, was the clouds were just moving real fast, and they were. And then we went to the basement. I didn't want to see no more.
This is why she wanted to stay in her basement. This is a church in the subdivision, Summit Hills Fellowship Church of the Nazarene. It suffered extensive damage.